Here are a few examples from solving number 5, solving two-step equations. Number 13, we have -1 is equal to some number divided by 7 increased by 3. So something happened following the rules of PEMDAS. So we're going to undo that by doing PEMDAS in reverse. We're going to add or subtract first. On the side with the variable, which is on the right, I see addition. The inverse is subtraction. So we're going to subtract that 3 to get rid of that integer. We have to make sure we do it on both sides. So 3 minus 3 is 0, which is nothing. So we don't need that anymore, which leaves us with just x divided by 7. That's much easier to understand. And on the left, we have -1 minus 3. That is the same thing as -1 plus -3. So altogether, I have 4 negatives. Step 2, multiply or divide. On the side with a variable, there is a division bar. The inverse of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply by that 7 on both sides. Now, when I use that 7, which was in the denominator, I now have it in the numerator, which is 7/7 or 1 whole, and 1x is the same as a x. And on the left, I have 7 times -4, which is -28. So it's like I have 7 groups, and each of the groups has 4 negatives in it. So altogether, I would have 28 negatives. When you type this answer into the Google form, the x needs to be first. So you're going to type in x equals -28 with no spaces. All right, let's take a peek at number 14. Number 14, we have -3 times a number increased by 4 is the same as -5. So the first step we want to do is to add or subtract. On the left-hand side, it looks like I have a subtraction and an addition. Our goal is to get rid of the integer, which is the 4. So this sign in front is really a negative, and we're going to use the addition and do the inverse, which is subtraction, and use that 4 because we want to get rid of the integer, and the integer does not have a variable. So we're going to subtract the 4 on both sides. So on the left, we still have -3 times a number, but this is worth 0, so we don't need to write anything else. 0 is the same as nothing. On the right, we have -5 minus 4, which is the same as -5 plus -4. Altogether, we have 9 negatives. Our next step is to multiply or divide. On the left-hand side, it says -3 times x. So the inverse of multiplication is division. We're going to divide by that -3. And when we divide by that number, any number divided by itself is 1, and 1x leaves us with just x. And on the right, we have -9 divided by -3. So we're going to split up these 9 negatives into 3 negative groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're not allowed to have negative groups though, so we can take the opposite, and then we have to take the opposite of what's inside. And division asks for what's in one group. So in one group, there are 3 positives. So x equals 3. I'll do the other 2 examples with integers in a second video.